DJI is going to be banned in the United States of America. It is never coming back. And unfortunately, it's got nothing to do with national security or even China. It is all about money, politics, and power. I'm going to connect the dots for you, and it's going to upset you. G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and we've got some terrible news now for DJI pilots. If you're a DJI pilot, your days are numbered. It is never coming back into the country. I know some people have been holding out hope, but once I show you the path that this has, it's going to be crystal clear that it was never on the cards. So let's put some facts on the table. DJI has until the 23rd of December to be reviewed by a national security agency to say, hey, are these a threat to the national security of America? If that review is not done by the 23rd, they'll be put on a coveted list where you will need a special license to be able to bring those products into the country. Number two, the FCC just passed a unanimous decision 3-0 in favor of giving themselves more power to retroactively add old DJI products to that list. So it doesn't just mean like new products in the future. This could be some FCC certified products that in the past have been deemed safe. Now they're going to be added to that list where you won't be able to import them as well. And number three, that assessment is never going to be done, and I'm going to tell you why. For starters, there's been no clear indication on which national security agency is directly responsible for conducting this review. They can all sort of wash their hands of it and say, oh, it was your job, but that doesn't even matter because it's not in their best interest to do so. And this is where things get a little bit interesting. That's really smelling a little bit fishy. Not because it's got to do with national security, but it's going to upset the plans of some very wealthy and well-connected people. Now, bear with me here. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. On the bottom, we've got things like Rotor Riot. Everybody has heard of the term in the store, Rotor Riot. They used to be for the community, right? They love flying around drones, right? And spreading the joy of this hobby. They are owned by Red Cat. Now, Red Cat has also been acquired by a company called Unusual Machines. So under this big umbrella of Unusual Machines, we've got Red Cat, we've got Rotor Riot. Now, Unusual Machines' biggest competitor in the drone space is, wouldn't you know it, DJI. Now this is where it gets a little bit spicy. Unusual Machines, it is in their best interest to have DJI evaporated from the market, but how could they have any influence on what these national security agencies are saying? It's not like they have any direct connections to the White House, right? Well, isn't this interesting? Wouldn't you know it? Who's on the board, on one of the boards for Unusual Machines? That's right, it's Donald Trump Jr. So Trump's son is on the board of Unusual Machines. So now we have a situation where a national security risk assessment is potentially not being done for the benefit of maybe one of your son's companies. Now look, that's alleged. I'm sure any good president would put the needs of his country first over personal financial gain for his family. And there are some quotes saying that the contracts that have been awarded to Unusual Machines have nothing to do with his father being in office. And look, Unusual Machines did give millions of dollars to Donald Trump Jr. when he joined on one of those boards. So I don't know, it spells a little bit fishy. Now, what are the alternatives and what can you actually do about it? The short answer is nothing. It is going to be banned. There is no legal action any American can take that is going to result in an upturn or a change of mind for an agency to review this. It's not in their best interest. And most importantly, it's not in the Trump's family's financial interest to let DJI back into the market. Number two, there are some alternatives if you want to fly different systems. So Walk Snail, in Bardwell's words as well, is the closest system we have to replicating the DJI experience. The image quality isn't quite as good. It's still a fantastic system. And number three, if you're a DJI pilot, you can either sell your gear and convert and move to a different system right now. You can hoard your gear and maybe sell it in the future because you want to fly something else. Or the third one, buy up as much gear as you can because it is never coming back. The prices are never going to get cheaper. It's going to get more and more expensive. And I feel really sorry for the pilots in America. With something like the DJI 04 coming to the market, it was like next gen. It was so good. Those pilots who have bought into that system and that ecosystem are now out of luck. So I'm really sorry to say I feel for you guys. I'd love to know what you guys think. I know we've spoken about the ban a little bit in the past and some other people have talked about the FCC. I just found it really interesting and I'd love to know what you think that who's on the board of Unusual Machines? Oh, it's Trump's son. I'm sure that has nothing to do with keeping DJI out of the country. I'm sure the reason we don't want to do a security risk on this is for national security, right? Right?